they are finna crash this grid. All right? When this solar flare hit, everybody gonna shift and activate, whether you want it to or not.
Welcome to my channel, Rashad. If you like this video, man, like, share, subscribe, support the channel, grow spiritually, connect with your higher self every single day. Peace to the guys and guys of planet Kai. Peace, meaning positive energy, always creates elevation. I've been going for a minute, bro. I just had an edible. I was tweaking off of that, and I've been wild for like a day or two. But I'm back to my original self, you know what I'm saying? That experience was really strange for me. But I learned that, well, I got to really see that, you know, in this lifetime, you are a spirit and this is just a body. Like, it was that type of thing. I already knew it, but I mean, it really showed me firsthand. But other than that, let's get to the video, man. Back to these transcripts, man. I think these transcripts with DERYAH Smith would be the eldest child of DERYAH Smith, which would be the eldest child of Rashad Smith. I feel like this part really plays a role in my judgment of whether he did this act or not. Now let's tap in. This is Rashad Smith on this part though, but they was asking a question and she said, "Why would I lie on her brother? We have a whole, ma'am. I'm just sorry. We have a whole at the time 2-year-old that I let go with him and his mother. My son needs a father. If his dad wouldn't have did what he did, he would be in his son's life. Period. At the end." This is not even close. Now listen to this part, right? I have nothing against that man, period. When he said that, when he did what he did to my daughter, making her, you know, whatever, him off until white stuff come out, that was him that did that, period. This is Rashad Smith talking. She's still in the stand or whatever. Now, how do you know that your daughter said Jay him off until white stuff came out? Then she said, she said, well, and they said, because on your videos, and you told the jury you haven't seen the forensic interview. And she said, well, how would you know that? Okay, I found that out online. He read the report online in front of everybody, gave them my address, and sent people to harass me, death threats. He said that. He read it out loud. I didn't even see that. Now, for one, I don't remember the address part. So I feel like that's a lie. But correct me if I'm wrong. I don't think he ever gave out her address. But she basically is trying to put an allegation on him that she read on, or that she found out through the internet. Our show talking about, okay, they said, right, in your testimony to police so far and to this jury today is that Tanji told you that Rashad never made her touch her on the in, made her, Rashad never made her touch her on the inside, that it was the outside. But now you know about white stuff coming up. She said, first of all, Tanji said, okay, they said, okay, whatever. But all of a sudden, you know about white stuff coming up, but you just told us you haven't, you haven't coached her, you haven't talked to her, you haven't seen the forensic interview. And what you told us today is Tanji said that he touched her he made her touch him on the outside, not the inside. So you're all of a sudden know about the white stuff coming out, which is pretty strange. And she said, yes, and can I explain? Sure. Okay, so what my daughter told me is exactly what I told them on tape. Now, mind you, it was a lot going on, which that's not an excuse. It was a lot going on. Bro, you got somebody's life on the line. But how I found out about white stuff, I found out on YouTube. Now, that's sad. YouTube being used as evidence or something, or, she using YouTube as part of her testimony to get a man locked up. That's very strange to me. And they was talking about, it's when they talking about whether it touched him, made him, the inside or the outside. It's a lot of contradictions going on, man. Talking about white stuff coming out, like it's a lot of contradictions going on. People saying it was this, that, like they confusing it. And she said he literally went and read that on YouTube, and when I seen it, that's the first time I had found out about that. And there were other like YouTubers passing information. They sent it, I seen it. That's very crazy to me. Also, that's crazy how, people on the internet is influencing the case and they're allowing it. I don't know, that's crazy. And they said, and the state pointed out the grill, but before today, when you spoken with Officer Dufresne, you spoke with Detective Steele probably multiple times before today, you never mentioned anything about going to the grill and Rashad being alone. And she said, you haven't mentioned it, correct? That's correct. And okay, and in the text message, the DA asked about being submissive, and that was her only issue. She didn't want to be submissive. her man. But if you look at right there, right, she never brought up that grill situation. They only was talking about, that hide and seek thing. But that grill part is crazy. That's a whole new story. You feel me? A whole new story that they made up, but never talked about it in the past interview with the detectives. Moving on, right? This is DERYAH Smith, which would be the eldest child. You feel me? This is her testimony, and I think this is very important for people to really look at this part of the case. In these parts of the transcripts is basically Rashad texting DERYAH, and Rashad said, "I will always be there for my son. I want to be in his life so he don't make the same mistakes I did, stuff like that. If your mom never lied and said I kidnapped him, I would have helped her and helped you with your new baby. At the end of the day, we family regardless because of Zaza. But by her putting a case on me just because she mad at me, I can't help out at all. Are you still in Atlanta?" And they said, "Okay, how did you respond to that?" You don't even got to explain yourself. As far as your relationship, that has nothing to do with me, but I understand we are not together anymore. This is DERYAH talking, texting to him. He still keeps in contact when it comes to Coach Person. And yeah, she was scared at the time. She ain't know what to think. But moving on, yeah, I'm still down here and you can help him through me. I can always make sure he's straight. Okay, they asked her, okay, what happened after that? She said, "This is me, Rashad." He asked, "How can he stay in contact?" And I gave him my phone number at the time. And okay, all right. And did you get, because you talked to him through Instagram? And she said yes. Now, this is important because my nigga, like, this is not no disrespect towards her because I feel like, she was very honest in the trial. But, well, I mean, I felt, well, from what I'm reading, talk about the text message, she not being problematic like her mother was, stuff like that. But what's important here is my nigga, like, dude, if I'm a sibling, right, and this dude, touched my sister allegedly, bro, we're not talking. Like, you feel me? Like all this, what she's doing, like they're texting back and forth. I'm not doing that with someone who allegedly, you know, inappropriately violated my sister. We're not talking. I'm gonna try to, you feel me? I'm trying to catch a hat. I'm trying to see what it be, where you at. I'm trying to get, what I'm saying? I'm not conversating with you. Okay, y'all got a kid. And you ain't about to, it's over with. You feel me? Like, so what's surprising me on this part is the fact that she's still talking to him, which tells me, like, I don't, like, I feel like she told me she don't want nothing to do with it, probably because she know it's lies. You feel me? She might know that, I feel like she just, I don't know, maybe she's scared of her mom. Like, I'm not trying to put nothing against her. I don't know what she's been through in her life, man. I don't want her to take no offense to this, but the fact that she trying to stay away from the case and still talk, a case that involves her sister and still talking to Rashad, I feel like that says a lot, it says a lot. Talking about he might need a father, like, what I'm saying, like, he this father, quote unquote father, allegedly did something strange. So why would you still be talking to him? You don't want that to happen to your brother. You don't know what the nigga capable of. Not saying he did it, but I'm just saying from a certain point of view. So the fact that she's still talking to him despite this allegation in the case, it makes me feel like, she knows her mom is being dishonest. That's what I'm getting from it. I'm not her. I don't know her. This is what I'm getting from it. You feel me? And then she didn't even deny when he said, "Your mom lied on me." So she didn't even deny that part in the text and defend her mom, which say a lot as well. But then when he said, okay, and then she said, "Me and Rashad," it says, "But I know," this is Rashad talking, "but I know your family don't have your back like that. And I know your mom can be, so it's up to you. I know how your mom can be, so it's up to you. If you want my help, I ain't never broke your trust before, and I still respond to you right now, regardless of the situation. I told you years ago I would never change on you and you promised me the same, but then broke your word. This is a fresh start. Hopefully these streets don't love you, only me, your little brothers and sisters do, and you know that deep well." And she said, "Is this the number you sent me?" And she said, okay, well, I guess you didn't reply to the message. She said, "I replied to the part where he said if I can get him to come to the park." Okay, it was on the private page. Okay, now moving on. So they still text. "Have your own child, and I'm sure you can relate to my pain. Thank you." And she said, "I don't really want to get into it, to be honest. I don't know this whole shit is confusing, but it's a new year, trying to learn a new leaf. I feel you, this Rashad. I feel you, but between me and you, I just want you to know, was I ever good to y'all? We family, just a question, because not seeing him hurts me more than you can ever imagine. I wouldn't wish it on a soul, but for you to answer the question will also make my day. You do know me a little bit because we live together. When I say yo, I mean the kids, and tell Zaza I love him. She said okay, and then I responded to the first part of the paragraph. Yeah, and okay, so he talking real good now, so hopefully he don't pay attention to. So hopefully he don't really pay enough attention to tell my mom. So clearly on here she's trying to sneak let him see the son in a sort of way. That's why she said hopefully he don't pay enough attention to tell mom. And the fact that she's helping him, because like I said, dude, if like I have a little sister and my mom has a new dude, which is not my father, not my sister's father. You feel me? Our father passed away. So, like, if there's an allegation of this dude doing something to my sister, which I do not want this to happen, I'm not trying to manifest it in any way, shape, or form. I'm not. But if something like that happened, bro, I'm not talking to the individual no more. If you talking about, man, I want to see my stepdaughter, like, you're not seeing her, you're not talking to her, you're not, like, you feel me? Like, all that's over with. So the fact that she's still talking to him, dude, it really say a lot. Like, I feel like she is peaceful and really don't feel like he would do that. Like, I'm just being honest. Like, that's just how I feel when I'm seeing from this. And okay, and she's still talking. And the fact that she said, so hopefully he don't really pay attention enough to tell my mom. It said that she's sneaking, basically trying to slide and let him get contact with his son against her mother's word, because her mother clearly don't want him to see him. And the fact that she's doing that, I fucks with that. But it also showed that she might not believe he really did something like that to her sister. You feel me? So also, she's okay. This is January 14th. This is DERYAH. She said, I'm trying to get a ride to work. And they said, why did you reach out to Mr. White for help with a ride? And she said, because I was trying to get to work. And they said, okay, why did you feel like he might be able to help you? And she said, because on Facebook, he said he can help out with anything. Okay. And her daughter, they said, okay, but in this case, I was trying to get to work. And they said, okay, what happened after that? They said, what is the total? And she said the screenshot, right, and showed the price. Okay, so he helped her get a lift or whatever. All right, and they asked her, but after the chat, okay, whatever, they said, with all that in mind, why was this someone that you were willing to speak to, basically over the case and the allegations? And she said, as you can see in the message, I wasn't really speaking on the situation but I said it just wasn't. I didn't speak on the situation because I already know what was going on as far as that and pertain to it, and I didn't want to entertain it on his part. He said, okay, but I did send pictures of Zaza to let him know Zaza was doing fine. He's okay. He's not needed or anything, and he's good. And I know in the first message you saw, Mr. White was asking you for like information about your mom, and they said, did you ever give information? But I feel like maybe she's just trying to dodge certain things because she still got her mother in mind, because she don't want no smoke with her mom, or I don't know. That's what I feel like. That she still got to keep it at a certain level. You feel me? And they said, my question was, you offered to set up a FaceTime conversation with Rashad and Zaza, correct? She said, I agreed. I did not offer. If you look at the second page, you did not say, I know I missed, but you corrected with you. Basically saying, I know you missed, basically. I can set something up where you can talk to him over FaceTime. And they said, that's what you said, right? And she said, yes, over FaceTime. Okay, and Rashad didn't ask you for that, did he? And they said he wanted to speak to Zeray. And those messages there, where do you see him saying that he wants to speak to Zeray? And she said, I don't. Before you mentioned setting up a FaceTime call. And yeah, basically, she offered to set up the FaceTime without him, so she's making ways for him to talk to his son, Zaza. Okay, yes, I did, where he could talk to him over FaceTime. And Rashad didn't ask for that, correct? Not in here, no. Okay, and you also indicated that you've been watching Rashad page, right? I popped up there a couple of times because it's the situation was going on at the time. So he watched his page. She said, yeah, okay. You also told Rashad you didn't really know what to think and didn't want to be bothered with the whole Pocahontas situation. She said, I didn't want to be bothered with the situation at all. That say a lot, bruh. And they said, and that's what you told Rashad, right? Yeah. And you also told me you didn't know what to think, right? Yeah, because there was too much going on. Okay. So she didn't know what to think. So she clearly didn't really just off the bat believe where the allegations was. Okay, you told him that your mom didn't know what to think. She was scared, of course. This is also very important because, dude, the fact that she didn't want nothing to do with this situation that involves her fucking little sister, it says a lot, man. For one, because that's your little sister. Not saying she's being a bad sister, but if she don't want nothing to do with it, then clearly she knows it's bullshit, it's BS. That's what I'm getting from this. Because like I said, bro, anybody who love their little sister, if it's a case, man, man, we want to see what's going on. Like, we want all the info. You feel me? The fact that she don't want to do with this shows that she know her mom be BSing, lying, and it do say a lot, man. Because if you don't, because that's your blood sibling, you gotta protect them at all costs. You feel me? Dude, my little sister told me our mom's boyfriend was doing some BS, bro. I pulled up over there and tried to get smoke with him. You feel me? He clearly didn't want to do nothing. He wasn't on nothing. One of those dudes that, don't want to pick on somebody their own size. I don't know. But, bro, once my little sister called me and told me what's going on, bro, I hopped in the Uber and I was gone. Like, it didn't even take no seconds. Like, I hopped through the window, popped in, like, if you got a problem with my sister, come to me. That's what it was. And that's what it is when it comes to sibling love. You got to ride. You feel me? So the fact that she not riding like that and she don't want to do with the situation, she's still talking to Rashad. It say a lot about whether she believe he did it or not. And she also said she don't know what to think. So that also say a lot as well. That she don't know she don't, she probably don't believe what's going on. That's why she don't want nothing to do with it. Because even then, if you sit there and be like, Rashad didn't do it, then you got to deal with the smoke that come with her mom. And, it's hard to choose sides when it comes to your parents. It's hard. I was there before when it come to arguments in the house. And screenshots. And then, they basically talking about, yeah, I sent the screenshot. I wasn't asking for the full total. I asked basically if he could come up with something because she was asking for money. And they asked her, and I believe you testify on direct that you just wanted money. So getting Rashad's money was more important than him allegedly making you feel uncomfortable. The money was for what I need to take care of. And she said, so that was more important to you? Yeah. Getting his money? She said, yeah. Okay, and staying in contact with a man who allegedly assaulted your daughter is crazy, right? If I just said daughter, I meant sister. Okay, and staying in contact with a man who allegedly assaulted your sister is crazy, right? And they said, yeah. And they said, but you did. And nothing further. So that was the end of that. Now, what y'all need to pay attention to is she stayed in contact with a man that allegedly assaulted her sister. Now, like I said, I do not believe he did this. But the fact, well, I don't gotta say but, because I'm not giving a rebuttal to what I believe. The fact that she still contacted him and continued to talk to him despite these allegations says a lot about whether she believes it or not. Because like I said, any sibling love, man, if anything happened to, if anything happened to my siblings, it ain't about to be no, let's keep talking. No, it's about to be war behind that. You feel me? It's no friendship. It ain't no kicking it. None of that. You feel me? It's pressure. It's smoke. What's going on? What's the word? What you want to do? Do I got to take somebody's head off? You feel me? That's what it's going to be. So all that, so this what makes me feel like she just like, I don't know how to explain it, man. I feel like she got something with her mom. Like she might be maybe fearful, or maybe her mom, she's probably we can see she's a manipulator. So the fact that, you know how far manipulators go to get their way. So the fact that she would submit to her mom like that, it say that she could like, if you don't do this to this case, I'm gonna do this. But she probably one of them type of moms. I don't know. This is what I'm getting from this testimony. I don't know these people personally. These are all my theories, you know, because the fact that she didn't want to do with a case that had to do with her little sister, she didn't want nothing to do with that. She didn't even say, I don't even recall her saying, I want justice for my little sister in her testimony. I didn't hear any of that. Or she probably did. I don't think I recall that. But even if she did say it, it wouldn't sound believable hearing her testimony. So that's I think this testimony, like all these testimonies, are very much important. And yet again, I don't understand how he lost this case. Like, if it don't take an idiot to just look at this and just ask certain questions, you feel me? And yeah, this part of the case was very important. It might have been because, like I said, that's the big sister. The fact that she didn't, she wasn't on 10 about nothing, it say a lot. The fact that she was still talking to him behind the scenes say a lot. So, we're going to move on to the next video. This is another transcript video. Free Rashadjamal, free to God. He needs to get a proper judge. He needs to get in a courtroom where it's not racist and corrupt, because clearly if you lost this type of case, it's clearly corrupt. But I'll catch you on the next video, man. Peace to all the guys and guys that can't planet Kai. Much love to all of y'all.